Well, on the promenade, in fact, Lock Promenade Church, with me is Devon. It's all about climate change today. We're here to talk to you ahead. You've got the Grim Reaper back there, hasn't he?
Oh,
but
yeah.
Ahead of your march about climate change. This is a coalition, right? Again.
Yeah, so this is being done with Christian Aid. They're the ones heading this up. So I'm involved with the Climate Change Coalition, and the Climate Change Coalition is a broad group. So all of our individual constituent organisations will have campaigns, and because we're joined together, we're going to be promoting the interests of the individual members.
You're piggybacking this on a UK event that's taking place today?
Yeah, so essentially what this is this is a UK-wide event where there are protests happening in London, in Liverpool, in Northern Ireland, in Scotland, and the only way we can fight climate change is if we work together and work across jurisdictions and across borders, because within certain countries and within certain parliaments, people can be prone to not act. So we need to have movements that go across borders and go beyond individual elected representatives. We need a mass movement.
Right, you've got alarm clocks, apparently also bring those along. You can tell us now what's going on, right?
So essentially we're all going to be setting our alarm clocks to 2 p.m. They're all going to ring in a coordinated fashion. The time is now. We have to wake up. We have to start doing something. And we can't just assume that the next crop of MHKs are going to do something or our kids are going to take the burden on this. The time is now to actually start taking action.
And you're walking all the way up to Tynwald from here, are you? And,
yeah. We're going to have a march.
Speeches and marches.
We're going to have 3 main speeches. So firstly, we can't frack off Mackled. So apart from the dangers of earthquakes or the destruction to the planet, this is terrible economic policy. The second speech is going to focus on the Fair Free campaign, where we're pushing for free public transport, which is going to be a giant boost in incomes to working and middle-class families. And lastly, we want the government to disinvest from fossil fuels. So essentially, the core idea of that is the anti-apartheid movement, or fights against big tobacco, were largely won by disinvesting government funds from immoral sources. And the best way we can fight climate change is to put our money where our mouth is. The government has declared a climate emergency, and we need to start acting like it.
Any idea how many people are going to turn up? Because obviously you've got people making banners and things here at the minute.
Yeah, we've got enough people making banners, so I'm pretty optimistic. See, the Isle of Man, you're not quite sure. It could be anywhere between 60 to a couple hundred. But the very fact that people are willing to get out from behind their keyboards and get into the streets and get involved with it, which is what is the arguably most important social movement in human history, is really exciting.
There's going to be people watching this going, well, you all got here in your petrol-driven cars, what are you doing?
Well, I walked.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
And there's
some people on the cars.
There's loads of people coming down from Ramsey. But yeah, so individuals you can recycle, or you can stop eating meat, and we can make these individual contributions. But largely at the end of the day, your individual contribution doesn't matter if the government doesn't lead and the government doesn't take a core action in restructuring the economy, because I can sit there in my hair shirt not eating dairy or whatever, but BP and the government will still be pumping poison into our rivers and our airs.
Finally, are you going to be, I think I may have asked you before about being a political organisation. Is that your aim for the next general election here?
So we ourselves as an organisation won't be overtly political, but every single person in this room will be.
Some people definitely have, because they stood before.
I mean, people have stood for election. This is now a major issue. And politicians that have consistently failed or lied in their manifestos, they act as though they can't be removed from power, but they definitely can. And the fact is, if people can get out into the streets, they can definitely get to the voting booth.